thanks to a patient 100 from Daryl Mitchell, honours remain just about even as Worcestershire fight for their first division lives in their latest LV County Championship match at home to Middlesex. Chris Rogers won the toss and inserted, but found his fellow Australian Philip Hughes in splendid form early on against his former county. As ever, he was soon peppering the offside boundary as he dominated an opening stand of 40 made in the first 7 overs. Hughes had raced to 34 of those runs, so it was with some relief that Toby Roland-Jones had him caught by Ravi Patel at long leg at the end of a rather thrilling first half an hour. Things naturally slowed down after he was out as Middlesex fought back. Matt Pardoe gave the in-form Roland-Jones another wicket with an LBW, before the bowler earned a third wicket in 5 overs by having Pardoe Ali taken behind for a duck with a total on 52 for 3. Worcestershire have played most of this season without Alexei Kervezee because of a loss of form and injury, but he was back in the side now and he put a stop to the rot with some superb strokes. How his side desperately needed something from him right now. They'd begun this match at the foot of the First Division table, probably needing to win 2 of their last 3 games to stay up for a second successive season. Their captain Mitchell was in a very determined mood, and he saw out the whole of the morning session to keep his side alive. He completed his half-century 25 minutes into the afternoon session. It had taken him 128 balls to reach, only 5 of which he'd earned a boundary from, but it was a knock which was keeping his side in this game. Kervezee was playing in his first championship match for 4 months, and his time out of the game had clearly made him hungry for runs. An international future was being touted for the 22-year-old a couple of years ago, but he's found life in the top flight a little more difficult to deal with. He would have doubtless been happy to have someone with the experience of Mitchell with him at the other end. He continued to make healthy progress in the afternoon as the partnership between these two moved into 3 figures. This one could not have come at a better time for the county, who spent much of the last 2 seasons fighting relegation. Kervezee completed a 50 for the first time this summer half an hour before tea. He received warm applause from his captain at the other end after getting there off his 86th delivery. His knock had contained 5 fours. However, he didn't last much longer. A rather indifferent stroke saw him lob a ball from Neil Dexter into the hands of Roland-Jones at mid-on as he departed for 55 after putting on 114 with Mitchell. Neil Pinner soon followed right on the stroke of tea. He was well snapped up by Sam Robson at short leg off Patel to leave the home side on 181 for 5. So the game was still in the balance, but Mitchell was still there and going along very nicely. He took his side beyond 200 for what could yet be a precious bonus point, although no one at Worcester would have been too happy to hear of Kevin Peterson's exploits for their relegation rival Surrey in Taunton. Joe Leach fell with the total on 219. He was bowled by a leg stump Yorker from Stephen Crook on 10. Ben Cox had been included in this side at the expense of Ben Scott, who'd been left out along with the Surrey-bound Vikram Solanki. Cox started well enough with a 6 off Crook, but on 18 he was leg before to Tim Murtagh, a man who rarely goes through an innings without a number in the wicket column. The second new ball got that wicket, but Mitchell didn't mind about such things, and to his 273rd delivery he reached his 100 with a leg side nudge off Murtagh. It was the second time he'd reached 3 figures this year, and this one had taken him 5.5 hours, in which he'd hit 9 boundaries. His reaction told you all you needed to know about the importance of this innings for his team. With the total on 262, Worcestershire lost their 8th wicket, Gareth Andrew giving the impressive Roland-Jones his 4th wicket of the day with a nick to Robson on 6. Mitchell now wanted to see out the remaining 6 overs of the day. Not only did he manage that, but he also added 33 runs for the 9th wicket with Chris Russell, which took Worcestershire close to a 3rd batting bonus point by the day's end. Mitchell ended it having seen off 306 deliveries for his 129, which had been made out of a score of 295 for 8. How he would love to get to 350 on the second morning before leaving it to his bowlers to get his side on top.